Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video here on Marvel Strike Force. Now, in today's video, we are not going to be covering the blog. I don't even know, actually, as of recording, if there is going to be a blog later or not. But nonetheless, we're going to have the Sunday math video anyways, so I can't imagine there's a whole lot to talk about in the blog. What we're going to be doing today, we're going to be unlocking Jean Grey. We are going to be taking a look at Spotlight Raid 2, the new prologue that's going to be should be live right now if my raids launch properly, and we're also going to be taking a look at some of the things that were added into the game today as well. So if you are ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Okay, so first things first, I need to pull a 7 red for Jean Grey before we get started with her orb pulls here. But some other things to note is that they did add the Hercules Diamond Orb into the game. So this is going to be available through Spotlight Raid 2, the prologue. You're going to be getting fragments for this as you do it every single day. And I want to take a look at this. So you're going to get Hercules Accolades. Now, this, I believe, is... I think it's for red stars. There's a use for this. It was in the data mines, and I think it was also in the blog, and I'm somewhat blanking right now. And then on the right pillar, we have some red gear, and in the middle, we have some diamonds, and it looks like you get straight up diamonds for Hercules. So maybe he is going to have... I don't know what the accolades... actually, now I don't remember what the accolades are for. I should have prepared a little bit better on that one. But it is a 33, so it's a 1/3 chance on, I'm assuming, all of them. So that's actually pretty good. I don't know how many of these diamond orbs we're going to be able to get over the course before it goes away, I suppose. But there's some decent characters in here as well, which is quite surprising. You have Orcus, you have Night Stalkers, and you have the Annihilators and Hank, I guess, as well. So not too bad as far as diamond promotions go. Let me know in the comments down below. I really don't remember now without pulling it up. But let's pull a 7. I have so many Elite 7 orbs. I'm just going to rapid fire. Really, we got it on the first go. There we go. It wasn't much of orb openings are really not what they used to be. So there we go. A 7 red for Jean Grey. But what we are going to do is we're going to be pulling and unlocking Jean Grey through the Marvel Girl orb. We are also, let's take a look at the Path to Jean Grey orb. So we are going to be getting this as part of the rewards for Spotlight Raid 2. It looks like they're going back to, unfortunately, the old style. So I actually really liked how it was for Absolute A-Force, where the pity system was across all of the characters. Maybe for the next team, they'll do it that way, because there's only 2 characters. There's only Jean Grey and Hercules in this team, so maybe that's why they decided not to do it. But I really did like the system that they use right now for the Absolute A-Force team, to be able to choose the pity orb that you wanted to do. As far as the shards go in here, it looks like we're back to 50%. That's fine. Or I mean, it is 50%, which is good. The last time there was a really shitty orb was the Ancient One orb was 22% or something like that. It was really bad. But this is 50. That's fine. I mean, that's the best we're probably going to get at this point. It also contains Blitz credits for whatever reason, and there's that. So it is what it is, I suppose. Let's get started with pulling for Jean Grey. I got 23,000 power cores, and yes, I do recommend that if you have been saving the power cores for Jean Grey so that you can get started on Spotlight Raid 2 today, or as early as today anyways, it's going to be really important, because it sucks that, people are going to have Jean Grey unlocked to do that portion of Spotlight Raid 2. Luckily, you do not need this in order to get the 50% to get to the next difficulty. But if you do want to get the 70% rewards or higher, you are going to need to have Jean Grey unlocked across the team. I believe you need 6 Jean Greys in your alliance to get 70%, and then you need 18 for 100%. So do keep that in mind. I've heard that thrown around. Let's get started, though. Maybe I'll get lucky here today, or not, because we're starting with 6. So we were at 23,000. We'll see what we end up, and how many orbs I end up pulling. So let's maybe... maybe, just maybe, something might smile on me today. Or, what, Scopely might just be telling me to F off. So that was 22 shards in 3 orbs. Oh, we got a blue. 10. 10's okay. 10's okay. 20 would be better. Come on. 8. What are we at now? That's 5 orbs for 40. Okay, we got a blue. 10. Now we're at 50. So we're halfway there at 4,000 cores. 8,000 is typically the average, I think. So I'm kind of like, I'm nothing too crazy yet. It's lagging. Maybe that's a good thing. Is it going to crash? No, it's not. Okay. We have a 6. Come on. Come on. Green. 64 shards. Come on. Green again. 70 shards. Oh my god. Okay, come on. Come on. Give me something better. Oh, fuck. There was a gold on the side. I saw that and I was like, is that gold in the middle? Did I get the jackpot? I did not. So, I just lost count. 76 shards. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get... oh, you know what? Actually, that's not bad. That was 3 orbs worth, so that was good. But unfortunately, we have to pull one last orb for that. All right. But we did get this in 8,000. 8,000 cores. So exactly the typical average, 104 shards for that. So we did get her unlocked. I will have enough for Hercules when he comes out in the next 10 days or so. There's the Jean Grey unlock. Let's save a photo of that so I can use this for my video. Oops, that's my Discord. Let's just save a photo of that for later here. Okay, let's unlock Jean Grey. Let's take her up, straight up to level 100, right? We're going all the way, and then we're going to take her into Spotlight 2. Wow. I mean, there's not much gameplay there, right? Because we're doing D1, or D0, rather. But we're going to upgrade all the way to the end, because why not? Keep in mind that she is tempered osmium. I mentioned this in the Should You Core video the other day. We're going to go all the way up. We're going to be using her for like a year, whether we like it or not, for Uncanny Avengers. It's going to be like Spotlight 2 and Spotlight 3. So there you go. And as far as ISOs, I think to start, I am going to go with Raider. My only issue with the Uncanny Avengers, and kind of the X-Men team as well, is a lot of them are suited for Raider. But I feel like you don't have to have a striker on the team, but I feel it's a bit weird if you do. I don't really... Her safety attack is not super great. It has defense down, I believe, and heal block. But I might give Hercules striker when he comes out. Because if you we'll take a look at when it comes to Should You Core Hercules, when that's more available, probably next week sometime, or whenever his announcement date is going to be. But his striker safety attack does actually permakill. And so that might be quite useful in certain instances, at least in PvP. So now I'm going to have to go all the way out, because I'm going to need to, right? Later, or at least by the weekend, I'm going to have to do that. So I'm going to have to open up 10 more test support orbs. Luckily, I did manage to pick up a few extra over the course of the last 2 weeks. So we're just going to go straight up to purple ISO 3. This is another issue we're going to be talking about in a little bit here, because it's not... I talked about it already in my previous video, but I feel like it needs to be said again, because they're asking us to build 5 to 10 characters for the Spotlight Raid 2, which a lot of people can't do. So they're asking us to spend more of this purple ISO resources to get parity in our rewards. And what I mean by that is like to get the same as what we were doing in Spotlight 1. I really don't like that. So we're going to be upgrading this. Probably should just skipped ahead. I wish, my game wasn't lagging a little bit here. Let's go. As far as... I have a lot of T4s. So I'm just going to do everything, but usually you typically want to make sure that you get the T4s on the passives. Those are usually going to be the most impactful ones as far as skills for characters. This one also has a lot of text here, both in raids and in Crucible Offense, if you do happen to be using her for that. And then it kind of varies. Usually the basic is not necessarily one that it matters that much. I'm so glad that the Clear Revive Once is on level 2. Level 7, however, for the ultimate does apply ability block for 2 turns, but it's only to the primary target. But 120% piercing is a lot of damage. So, that is something that's going to be really good. We're going to finish off here with the special. And as far as the upgrades for this go, well, on Crucible Offense. So if you're not necessarily using her on Crucible Offense, I probably am, so I'm just going to do it anyways. But if you're not necessarily thinking about that with the Immortal X-Men, then it's a luxury T4 probably at that point. So 536k Jean Grey. Let's take a look at Spotlight Raid 2. Let's give that a little bit of a go here. We'll skip Orcus Raid for now and jump to my Team 3. Now, I am normally... You know what? Actually, we don't have assigned lanes. So that's maybe something that I should do in the future. But we're going to start over here on the right-hand side. Actually, no, that was cleared by someone else, was it? Yeah, so we're going to go on the left. Oh, wait, no, somebody already cleared the boss. No, maybe there was no boss, actually. We're going to go in the middle. Sorry, we're going to go on the left. And I'm going to use Alpha Flight. I'm going to use Alpha Flight Old Man Logan. This is what I use typically in other nodes that are unrestricted, because I do feel that this is the best. Now, it's not going to matter, right? These are gear tier 16 enemies, but even at D2, this is typically what I would use. This is very good. I use this on the Orcus raid, last boss, and they do very, very well. Again, these are G16 enemies. It's really not going to make a huge difference. One thing that I do want to point out, however, is that they did, for whatever reason, increase the energy cap to 80. So they went from 60 to 80 here, which is pretty interesting, but they didn't do the same to Orcus Raid. Now, we're here in the Alpha Flight node section. Again, you have to use that. It does say requires 5 Alpha Flight, so that's going to be the same. Well, for Uncanny Avenger is going to be 4 in this case, and you are going to need Jean Grey. That's why it's really important. So another Alpha Flight mini boss node there. So it's like one node, one mini boss, and then if I'm not mistaken, there's another Alpha Flight node up here and another mini boss. So it depends on who ends up clearing this, but since I'm going first, I'll be doing this. So 4 Alpha Flight nodes for me anyways, and then that's going to lead me into, I think I can, just for the sake of doing this, I think I can refresh a little bit just to show you. It looks like somebody wiped here. Now, again, this is why you want to make sure that you're using Alpha Flight and North Star with Old Man Logan to deal with Super Skrull. I mean, that's like the best thing that you can do there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this is, oh no, it reloaded my Alpha Flight. But if you go back into here, this is honestly the best combination that you can do. I'm actually going to run out of sims here, but let's, there you see that's cleared out there. And then I'm going to continue on to the left. And there is 3 Uncanny Avenger nodes here, and then 1 boss, and then a final boss, which is unrestricted, which again, I would use the same thing. But I'm actually running out of sims. So I wouldn't actually make it to the end because I only have like 3 more available that I can even do, 3 more sims. So what I'm curious about though, as a D2, is this doable with 4 Uncanny Avengers, right? Because when you're talking, you're kind of hamstringing yourself with not having Hercules here. So I'm wondering, when it comes to difficulty 2, are we going to have to manual this? Because while it's probably simulable right now, they're very weak. At D2, I'm not sure because they're about like 1 million power, right? So I don't think 4 characters are going to cut it, or you're going to have to manual that. Now, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to separate this 2 and 2. That's what I'm going to do for just now. I don't even know if that's the best separation of them, but I don't think any of them have adjacent skills for allies, so I'm just going to do that. Of course, I'm not going to manual play a G16 node at this point, and so it's going to be an easy sim for this. I really shouldn't be coring for that. I probably shouldn't do that. I don't know what I was thinking. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And so I think when it comes to Sunday, right, maybe Sunday, Monday, we'll be able to take a look at the actual gameplay for the Uncanny Avenger nodes on difficulty 2. Obviously, there's really not much to really see here. However, that I do want to kind of point out, again, the rewards for this. Let's just jump up to 70% or so. Keep in mind that to go up on the difficulty, you do need 50%. They did add these ability orb fragments, which is what we were kind of talking about yesterday, right? And this is really important. However, what I understand, and I'm surprised how much of these Hercules orb fragment, if you 100%, you actually get half of a diamond orb. I don't know how long these are going to last, but boy, if you only need 2,000 fragments, that's actually a lot of diamonds coming to us, and silver diamonds for dupes potentially as well for other characters. I hate that it keeps flipping like this, but anyways, these ability orbs should be in the game right now. And what I heard was that based on the complaints from yesterday, that they did actually backtrack a little bit on that. So I do want to find them. They should be there. Are they not in? Oh, maybe it's in raids. Is it in raids? Yeah, it is. Okay, down here. So we can take a look at here that it is now a guaranteed 3 ability material drop. So this is going to be the same as what it was before. Previously, it was a chance of 2, 3, and 4, and now they put it to 3. Why do we even have the ability orb at all? I don't know, but I guess that's because there is still T3s on the right-hand side here, and they still wanted to include that. And they just wanted to kind of amalgamate the orbs. Now, basically, at this point, I would hope that they kind of condense and get rid of these T3, T2, and T1 ability orbs, because it's kind of redundant at this point if they're going to have this one. I understand the point of it, but the optics were not very good about the ability orb and the rewards. So thankfully, they went back on that and they made it more standardized, which is good. Less RNG. So I'm fine with that. Now, before we end the video, though, there's a few things that I do want to talk about. Is Frozen Dimension. So I got this into my Discord server today, And basically, there's less than 8,000 people who have cleared one run of Frozen Dimension. Is that entirely surprising? Probably not, but I did want to share this with you anyways because I think it's kind of interesting. Also, I took these screen grabs from my own alt account, my second alt account, for Winter's Peak before it closed down. And this was basically all of the people who had done one floor on the tower, 228,000. And then I guess there were some people that weren't ranked with any points, which is weird. And then I went all the way up to floor 8, I think it is, where you need 75 points to rank on the leaderboard. And that was 178,000. Winter's Peak payout probably already went out. It did go out already. I already got mine, actually, in fact. But I wanted to share this because I think this is interesting from a participation standpoint, right? Just the bare minimum at one floor, 228,000, and then like 7 floors up, which is not really that high either, is already losing 50,000 players. So there doesn't seem to be actually a ton of players who are participating in these sorts of events. And that's something that I'm going to have to keep track of as we go forward with the player population, that kind of stuff that I normally track. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Anyways, I think that's going to be the end of this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Keep in mind that you are going to need to get, at very least, your alpha flight prepared for the weekend if you want to kind of go up in the difficulties on Spotlight 2. There might be some videos if there's something compelling to do on difficulty 2, but otherwise there won't be anything until then. So make sure you're prepared. I know it's garbage. I've said at length about how garbage this is with the purple ISO, but at the end of the day, if they don't want to do anything, there's nothing really I can do. I've already done my bit, I think, unfortunately. So I hope that they consider something, maybe add some purple ISO into the rewards. That would be really good, but only time will tell, I guess. That's going to be my Friday video, everyone. I hope you all have a great weekend, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.